Hello, I'm Brittany Rhodes, a secondary education English major, and today I'll be teaching you about Edward Arlington Robinson. Edwin Arlington Robinson was an American poet during the turn of the 20th century. He was born in Maine in 1869 and was actually expected to be a girl. Because of this, he went unnamed for several months. His works include several books of poems, The Torrent and The Night Before, The Children in the Night, and many different independent poems. Robinson grew up fairly well off, but when he moved out he lived in poverty, even having to resort to borrowing money to self-publish his first book of poems, The Torrent and the Night Before. Several of these poems went on to be published in his next book of poems, Children in the Night, which was published in Boston in 1897 by Richard G. Badger and Company. Edwin Arlington Robinson's book of poems, Children in the Night, had great reception and was even greatly admired by President Roosevelt. President Roosevelt persuaded a publisher to republish the book of poems, wrote a personal review on it, and even found a signed cure position for Robinson at the U.S. Customs Office. Although life seemed to be going great at the time for Robinson, America was in a state of depression called the Panic of 1893. Robinson lived during an economic crisis and used his experiences for his writings for many of his poems, many of which are about hardships the people in America were going through during the many economic struggles, such as the Panic of 1893. Such examples of hardship can be seen in the book of poems, Children in the Night. Lines such as, "In dreams I crossed a barren land, a land of ruin far away. Around me hung on every hand a deathful stillness of decay." These lines emboweled the broken flutes. This imagery gave the reader an image of what the economic struggles people were facing during this time period. Everyone was struggling during this time, and Robinson was able to relate to his readers. He understood their loneliness and separation, and knowing their loneliness and separation helped his writing to be better understood by his readers. His readers were able to relate to his poems since they too were going through suffering. If you look at the book of poems, Children in the Night, you can see the imagery Robinson used, and how this imagery represented the people of that time. Look at the poems Ballad of the Broken Flutes, and the poem Children in the Night, and pay attention to the imagery Robinson uses throughout these poems.